there, Walter here. It's time for our next delivery. It's installment number 17 of our Fan Home Knight Rider build. So we're going to go ahead and open this up and get a look at this. Now this one should be a pretty easy build. Just getting the rest of the seats installed. So getting all the packaging out of the way. We just have all the stuff for the seats. And I have to move the stuff around. That's a little tight here because we're getting ready to get our Christmas tree put up for the holiday here. More stuff with the seats. And still more stuff with the seats. And I think that's the rear trunk or something like that. I'm not sure. And then the booklets, of course. So we'll go ahead and get started. Okay, like I said, it is really tight over here because we are getting ready to get our Christmas tree in place for the upcoming Christmas season. So it is a little tight right now, so I'll just make do with this the best way I can. Now I think this is the actual seat back. And all I see here are P screws, which means to go into plastic. So I don't need to use the oil. So that is a good thing. Now I haven't done this yet with any of the rear seat backs, so this is something completely new for me. So I'll try to make the best of this I can. So I'm going to start with this right here, and we're going to put this foam into the seat back. And it looks like it doesn't do much here because it doesn't fit too well. According to the picture, it does not fit too well. The picture says it's supposed to fit, but it actually doesn't. I will show the photograph here. That's what the picture shows. But in actuality, that's what we got. Oh well. Now I have to set this. Let me see if I could get this figured out here. This goes this way. Says to insert the backrest base under tabs and over the padding. Okay, well, it's not too much it can do there. And let's talk about the ends here, which I think they are talking about that. These little tabs underneath here. So I'll do that. And I guess there's where the holes for the screws are supposed to push in. Okay, so I guess it looks something similar to this. Now I need to use DP screws. Okay. All right. And looking at the picture here, it looks like there's 6 positions that needs to go in here. Except they don't have this back end in here. Okay, I don't know why they're doing that. Wait a minute. I think I see the issue here. I think the problem is that there was actually a separate piece here. I believe this black piece is supposed to be separate. It looks like it's supposed to be separate. Yes, it is. Okay, that would explain it all. Okay, so let me put this padding in. This black piece was actually inside this piece right here. That's what made it so difficult. Okay, now that we have that figured out, hook all these tabs in place. Just like that. Hook the DP screws in place here. Which should only take a minute. And we'll have this set up in no time. Now you may have seen this here. I brought the entire car assembly up because I don't know how this whole assembly is going to fit here, especially with the trunk assembly. And I saw the pictures for next month. Next month is supposed to be the body shell, the main body frame of the car. So we're getting ready to get the exterior of the car done. So it looks like we're starting to get the final assemblies done. Now this was delivery number 17. So we have 11 more deliveries to go. So I still estimate that October of 2024 this car will be completed. Last screw here. Okay, that is done. Now, there's two holes in the top here, and I have to put some NP screws up there. I don't know why, but that's what the instructions call for, so I am doing that. Yeah, it just says the two NP screws into the backrest here. Okay. Next, we have to attach this back panel here, and that gets attached with two BP screws. So now this snaps into place. I think I'm hooking this on wrong. Let me see where I'm supposed to hook this on at. It's supposed to go in these holes here. Okay, now I've got it correct. I was looking at the wrong thing on the photo. It's a good thing I decided to look at the right thing. Now the thing I was going to hook this up to, there's two plastic tabs on here, and that's where the seat is going to hook onto the interior. Make sure the two pins on the backrest rear fit into the two corresponding holes on the interior floor panel as shown. And then I fit with the two BP screws. So I just need to look at this, and I can see them right here. So I just need to use some BP screws. I'm not getting it for some reason. I'm not seeing it that well. I think it's the lighting. So I just need to adjust how I'm looking at this, and I need to take my glasses off and see this better. Get that hooked onto the... Okay, there it is. There's the hole. I still didn't get it on there. I'm missing the hole for some reason. Maybe I'll try the other side. If I could get it on the one side, maybe I'll get it with the other side. I got it with the one side. Okay. I didn't tighten it up all the way yet. It's a little tricky. And I didn't get the second side yet. Okay. I'll shut the camera off here to save some battery power so I can try to get this. Okay, I figured out what the problem was. The seat back was not pushed in all the way. So now that I do have it pushed in all the way, it should tighten up here rather easily. And yet it's not. I think I'm hitting the wrong part of the hole. Okay, I see the hole now. And I do feel tension. There we go, now I got it done. Okay, so now this seat back is in position here, and that is stage 63. Okay, next we're doing stage 64. This is the other seat back. I don't remember how this worked exactly, although I do need to remember to keep the seat back, or the seat bottom actually, this is the seat bottom, I have to keep it away from the seat belt itself. I have padding here, and I have P screws, so plastic again. My instructions out here. And we are going to start by putting our padding into this seat bottom here. And then we'll put the this frame inside here and put the tabs over the frame so we can attach the screws. Yeah, it's been a while since I hooked this up, so I don't remember how this hooks up exactly. I'm having a problem. There we go. I was having a problem getting the one tab out. So next we're going to use some DP screws. Now, like I say, the critical part about this is making sure that these screws do not interfere with the seat belt. Okay, this should be pretty quick. Oops, I didn't have this in the screwdriver exactly. Okay. This step is over halfway finished, I believe. Alright, DP screws are in place. There's our seat bottom so far. Now it hooks up in place right here. There. Got it in place. Now I have to hook that in place exactly with a BP screw. One single solitary BP screw hooks it in place. Okay, that hooks the other seat bottom in place, and that is stage 64. Okay, next we're on 65E. This is the other rear seat back. We have our padding. We have adhesive, the tape, which I am not sure what it's for this time. We didn't have tape for the other seat back, so I don't know what we're going to do with the adhesive. So we will find out about that. And we do have metal screws, GM screws here exactly. So I have my oil ready. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, get all this stuff out here. And I got to take this framework piece off because that was the mistake I had the last time for the rear seat back. And there's our seat back right there. It still feels like plastic, even though it's supposed to be rubber, I guess. I'm not sure. So what we're going to do is we are going to take the padding and we're going to shove it in here. Still doesn't fit all the way like it's supposed to. And we're going to tuck the frame here, or the base, inside. This is the mistake I made the last time with the other seat back. We got a whole bunch of BP screws here. We will get to that when we do. But for right now, we're going to use a whole bunch of DP screws and 2 NP screws, just like last time. So I'm going to start with the DPs, just like I did the last time. I'm curious what the GM screws are for. There's quite a few of them there. I'm guessing we are going to be installing the interior to the body. That would be my guess. But I am not sure yet. So we will find out. Oh, this frame popped off there, or the tab popped off of the frame. Okay. That explains why the one screw was not tightening up. Whoop. Popped off of the hole. Well, I didn't get this screw on here. I don't know why. Okay, I think I got it that time. Yeah, I did. Okay. Let me see how much battery power I've got left. Oh, I've got plenty. Okay. Okay. Now some NP screws. Just like last time, and just like last time, I don't know what they're going to be for because we used the DP screws. This is unusual, but again, these are what the instructions call for, so I am doing it. This model is coming along rather nicely. I have been debating whether I want to do another one after I'm done with this build, but most likely I won't. Depends on what there is out there. Okay, now I need to use some BP screws. There's a whole bunch. So I'm going to get started. We need 2 BP screws for this back piece right here. And then I know we're going to need 2 to hook this up to the interior. $11 more installments to do. This is looking really good here. October 2024 is going to come pretty quick. So, yeah, this will be done before we know it. Okay, looks like we're going to be installing the dashboard to this. Interesting. Okay, now, just like the last time, I am going to be using the BP screws for the back here. Need to find a hole. Okay. I didn't tighten it up all the way because I want to get the other hole. There it is right there. Okay, I've got the other hole, so now I can tighten these screws. Screwdriver slipped a little bit. Come on, tighten up. That one's tight. That one's tight. Okay. There's the rear seat. Retrieve the instrument panel assembly with its body. Or with its wires, I mean. And I still have those attached to the circuit board. So, I need to figure out how to separate these. So let me separate these. Okay, there's our dashboard. I have everything separated from it. Pass all the wires through the front recess of the interior floor panel, which is this part right here. So I need to carefully very carefully figure out how to do that, because I also have a wire that is sticking out here, which is this one right here, and I have to figure out how to push that through somewhere. I might just keep that wire exposed, I'm not sure yet. These wires are hooking up together, the terminals are. So let me move this stuff out of the way. I will try to get all these through here. These are a jumble of wires. And like I said, the terminals want to hook up with each other. Got most of them. I see one that isn't going through yet, and I got it now. Okay, I've got the whole mess here. Position the holes shown on the front left interior panel and the front right interior panel over the pins on the panels. So basically, what they're saying is these holes right here and right here have to fit with these holes on here and on here. So I have to attach them like so. Oh, I see. Okay, I got it now. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Okay, I got it. Yeah, I was looking at the wrong thing. So get everything through here. Okay, I need to reposition some of these wires, so I'm going to do that real quick. Okay, I had to run a little test real quick here because I had to make sure that all the wires in the dashboard were working. I had a problem with that before. They are working, so I have fed all these wires through this hole, this entire mess of wires. So I need to pull these wires through. And I also had to take the liberty of adjusting wires. Some of the wires were going through the back of the dashboard. They should be going through the bottom. So I had to fix that. So now I need to pull all these wires through here. This is a little tough. I have to be gentle with the wires so I don't detach anything from the dashboard. But at the same time, I don't think it's going to hurt much of anything. So push everything down here. And then I'm going to use 4 BP screws, 2 on each side. This is going to be a little difficult. But this is a major, major critical step. So let's get this done. This first hole is not going in. I try a different hole to try to line things up, which I got this one lined up. Okay. Alright, first 2 holes are in place. Now I need to work on the next 2. Ultra critical. The marrying of the dashboard and the interior. Okay. Now the dashboard is hooked on there. I have to turn this upside down and I have to hook up 3 more positions here, which I'm trying to locate here. I don't see them exactly. One is here. Whoop. One is here. And the third one is here. Okay. This is going to have to take some finagling. Basically, you have to push some of these things in place. And I don't know how successful I'm going to be on this. These pins are not in the right position. They're flayed around here. So I need to really adjust them. The driver's side one is the worst. Passenger side is pretty easy. I can get that one right away. So let me do that one first. Maybe that'll help me line it up. I do hope these LEDs stay in the same position. If not, I got a big problem, because then I got to tear this apart and try to readjust it, and that is a big problem. Okay, I got this middle one done. I have to stand up for this for some reason. It's just probably because of the lighting here. This does hurt the fingers too. Because I have to really push down. I'm going to stop the camera so I can work on this last one, because I have a feeling it's not going to sound pretty with the voice and language and stuff. Well, I didn't have to use any bad language or anything. Okay, so that's the dashboard hooked up to the interior. Now I need to get the firewall assembly real quick. Okay, here's the firewall assembly, and here's that piece that had broken off. I was able to glue it back together. Hopefully it stays like that. Now I need to use 3 more BP screws. Because I'm going to attach the firewall to this interior. Which works good for me. So we can finally get this over with. Okay. There we go. I wanted to start on the driver's side first, get that piece out of the way, because I didn't want to break it again. That piece actually had me pretty worried. And the first screw did pop off, so let me pop that back into place again. Okay. Firewall's in place now. They are saying to check the brake. The brake should click as it's pushed down. I'm not too worried about that. They say to pass the firewall wiring sleeve between the heated housing and the coolant expansion tank, which is just moving this tube over this way. And then we're supposed to use the tape to secure the wiring at the bottom, which I'm going to save that for right now. So that is stage 65. Okay, stage 66. I'm guessing this is the trunk. I am not sure exactly. we have this plastic piece here, some GM screws again. Looks like a plastic hose. And then interior colored piece with some BP screws. So let's get started on this. I really don't know what this is for. Completed interior floor panel is mounted into the center section of the chassis, so this will be hooked up to the main body of the car. So we're going to disconnect some wires. Okay, so let me move all this out of the way. I have the front bumper detached already, so I'm going to move that out of the way. We're going to disconnect. This car is getting heavy. (42G) E D C. Oh wait. Oh, I got it wrong. Okay. Wires R. So R, B, okay, R, B, motor, and M, which I think is already disconnected. And it says to keep them safe, they will be reconnected. So, okay, I will try to keep them over here to the side. Actually, I will pull these apart. Okay. Here's one. I'm just going to keep these pulled away and keep them separate. There's two. And the third one is right here. Okay. So I'm keeping these three separate. So I will put these over here. Okay. Oh, Oh, the motor. Uh-huh, yeah. Okay, that one is supposed to go as well. Okay. All right. Next, we take our assembly here, our interior. And place it over the chassis. Route the cable plugs from the front of the chassis which I'm not sure what they're talking about here. I think it's these ones I've got here. Yeah, I think it's these ones. Between the firewall panel and in the instrument panel. Oh. Okay, so basically they're saying these other ones here are supposed to go up inside here, which doesn't make much sense. These are just the lights, which is A, B, and motor. So I need to figure this out. Let me get the... Oh, I see where the extensions are. Basically these extensions. So I disconnect these. These still stay attached. So I gotta find out where these go again. This is really confusing. I need my flashlight on my phone to take a look at this. Because this is, oops, I just bumped the camera. I guess this one goes in here. That is listed as M. So I'm guessing that one's right. What's next here? I need to separate these. This is B. B is some switches. And B goes right here. A does go up here. Okay. Next is this one. And these wires are just tangling up on me. This is the motor. So I need to separate the motor. And I know the motor connects over here. All right. And that leaves one more wire to grab, which is a bunch of lights, which I believe are the fog lights. And that is listed as R. Okay, now I see what they're talking about here. So, these are going to go up here. They're going to fit in this little channel up here. So I'm going to shut the camera off while I get that done. Alright, I am having some problems with this. For one thing, this plastic piece broke. I am going to have to reattach it, but I'm going to have to use super glue this time. I used modeling cement last time and it didn't work. And for another thing, some of the wires are not reaching all the way, so I am going to have to extend them when I can. But I will work on those later. Right now I am going to attach these to the chassis. So I have to use GM screws. And this is tricky because I have very little room. So I'll try to do the best I can here. Okay, there's one. Alright. I did attach all the interior wires except for wire O. That one is just too small. So I'm going to work on that when I can. I'm going to extend the wire by probably a ½ inch to try to get it to hook up. I gotta see where this screw hooks up at. I'm not seeming to get this one, so I'll try to get the other side of the front, because I seem to be able to get the front holes. I'm not getting that one either. I did get my good flashlight here, so okay, that one hooked in place. I'm losing everything. Here's my GM screws. Okay. This is just really frustrating. I had a lot of nasty language and everything trying to get this figured out. Alright, this one went in place. Now let's see if I can get this one. I was having some problems with this one. And where did I put my GM screws? There they are. I am losing everything. Okay. Well, for some reason this one doesn't want to hook in here. I'm not sure why. think it's the position of the hole, because it looks like the paint scratched a little bit. Yeah, it was the position of the hole. Okay, this one went in now. Okay, that went in. Okay, so yeah, the only one that's not hooked up is wire O. I gotta resolder that. That's right here, or not resoldered. I need to attach it somehow. So I will have to figure that one out. But now I can hook the steering column to the steering shaft. Okay, that will probably get the front wheels to turn. That's something I was wondering about for a long time. That's going to take some GM screws. So I have to get the steering shaft in place. That's going to be really tight. It's going to be a really tight fit. And I don't know if I can show that with the camera here. I'll try after I get this hooked up, but this is going to be really, really difficult. I need to practically hook this up so there's not much room. Yeah, it's not much room there. I have to use a tweezers to help hold the steering shaft up. I think Fan-Home could have tried to set this up ahead of time to try to get this steering wheel hooked up to the steering shaft. I think I got it. It looks like I got it. That's a surprise. I don't know if I have it. I got one side of it. I didn't get the other side. Well, the steering shaft will turn, but it's not turning the wheels at all. I'm going to try with a different screw because this is not working. I think Fan Home screwed up with this. They waited until everything was hooked up on here just to get the steering shaft hooked up. That's just a bad design on Fan Home's part, in my opinion. And I'm having problems. There's the screw right there. I'll try another screw and see if it does work, but I don't know if it's going to. Some of these other things that are supposed to be done on here with these hoses and stuff, I'm not going to hook those up yet. Oh, started to lose a screw here. Okay. Yeah, this isn't working. Yeah, I can only get one screw in there. So, Fan Home messed up with that. I cannot get these wheels to turn. I'll have to check their videos out because the wheels will not turn, and I don't know what is going on with that, but Fan Home did mess up with these instructions. And I lost a screw, but that's alright, I got plenty more. So, I am just going to stop with this for right now because I can't do much more with this. So, I am going to say that is stage 66. Okay, so that's the end of the build here. What was supposed to be a rather fun build turned out to be a bit of a disaster and a disappointment. So, I'll have to see what I can do about that. So, that's it for the build, like I said. So now it's time for you to go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, Leave your comments and questions posted below, and remember, leave all your questions and comments rated E for everybody. So until the next time, I'm going to go ahead and say 7-3.